What's up, y'all? How y'all been? It has been only a week. Look at me. I am up on games today, and I told y'all I would be. Today's my day off, so it makes it a little easier to do what I need to do, right? So, before I begin, first I just want to say that yes, I did it. I made it to 10K followers, just like I've been trying to do, and I finally did it. And I couldn't be more proud of myself, okay? Just trying to get my notes ready because it was a crazy, good, juicy episode. But anyway, yes, I made it to 10K followers. Whoop, whoop. Now, I just want to vent for just a second. So, Friday, after I did my review for Ready to Love, my goddamn ring light went out. I'm like, how does a ring light go out? I haven't even had it for a year yet, and I barely use it like that. So how did it already go out? So I go ahead and I buy a whole entire new one. And not just a new one, like a tall one with a stand, but I have one that clips right above my laptop right here. So I spent a little bit of a chump change getting two new ring lights. So I gotta go plug them in and everything, and one of the plugs ain't working. Child, come to find out, one of the little plug-in thingamajigs don't went bad. So my ring light was never broke. It was the plug-in. So now I'm just sitting up here with mad lights, which is good. Maybe I can improve my lighting. I mean, I have a professional one, but it's so big, and then I can't reach my hand down in it to get the bulb in it. Child, I don't even know. But now I got three lights, which is cool. So I'm gonna just accept that. But yeah, the light would never broke. It was a little plug-in part. I don't even know what I did with it. I really don't. It don't even matter because it's broke, right? So let's get into this episode. Really good. A lot of juice was spilled. So let's just get into it. Let me wet my whistle, as Sydney said, to feel on ready to love. DC, leave that off because I would need it. But okay, let's get into it. So it starts off where it ended. You know, y'all have watched it. It starts off showing what's going to happen, which is Bridget in the back of a popo car and Melanie on the ground having a seizure next to Bridget in the popo car. But let's go back, shall we? So it picks up a week after Rose and Bridget's steamy kiss that Dana did in fact see when he was spying. So it looks like him and August are okay, kind of, but she forgave, but she ain't forgot because she brung it up that he was lucky that she was even talking to him. And so what happens is there's a rainstorm. A storm is going, it's thundering, it's raining real hard, and they're setting it all up like it's coming down. So Bridget comes in and she's like, she's got some news that she wants to share and she wants everyone to be there. So she's waiting on Melanie to show up. Melanie isn't there yet. So she's waiting on Melanie to show up. She's drinking wine. She looked like she buzzed, feeling good, and she just in her element because she about to spill some tea. So Melanie finally shows up and she goes ahead and she as in Bridget lets Dana and Bridget know right in front of Melanie, so Melanie now knows that she knows that Vanessa took her to go visit the grandma up in New York, and she lets Dana and August know that wherever they thought that she is in an insane asylum in New York because Melanie don't kill the grandpa and she went crazy husband. Like, what is wrong with this family? My God, this family is just rooted in evil. They all just got evil things. August the only one who don't seem to have nothing going on, and Dana and Christian. Now, Christian wasn't there for this episode because he was doing his thing, which was business professional. Yvette was with the distributor, I'm sure, in a conference. And, you know, I don't know where Otis was. I don't know if he's still in the hospital recovering or not. But Otis wasn't in this episode. It was basically just about the main people, but Christian and Yvette wasn't there. Okay? They was doing their thing. So, yeah, so Bridget spills the beans on that. And that's what starts the whirlwind of the whole entire episode. Just thing after thing after thing just drop. So they go back and forth about the whole grandma thing. And Melanie's like, that's not how it even went down. That's not what happened. So then what happens next? So at that time, the power finally decides to go out. We seen in the previews that the power was going to go out. So the power is out, therefore, they have no phone service either because of the Wi Fi. They can't, the doors are power, run by the power, because it's all electric to go in and out. And so they're literally stuck in the room that they are in. And the generator goes on, but it doesn't help with the doors opening. So they have light, but not a little bit of light. And because of that, also grapes. The grapes are going bad because they have to be cold at a certain temperature or what have you. So that's August's main thing, of course, because she can't let the grapes go bad unless the dessert wine is going to go bad. And then the whole entire business is fucked for the whole wine. So that's her main focus. Bridget, she's still feeling a little buzz, and she's got her own issues going on inside her head, which we'll get to a little bit more later. And at this point, Vanessa finally shows up, and everyone's talking. So Melanie says, look, that's not what happened. What had happened was, and she goes to explain what really happened, which was one night she came home, like y'all saw, she came home, had some joints. Mama found them, got mad, pushed her. She fell down. She covered her face, whatever. She looks up and sees mom again about to hit her until grandpa comes in, catches her arm or whatever, and Gma pushes him. He falls and hits his head, causing him to have an aneurysm, and he dies the next morning. So basically, Gma actually killed her own husband. She killed the daddy, not Melanie, and she had Melanie tell this story to basically cover her tracks. And she hated Melanie up until then because Melanie knew the real truth. So Mama got some deep rooted evil too. I'm wondering what Mama had going on in her past because as y'all saw last week, that Mama looked like she don't play no games. She don't been through some things and she don't done some things to some people. So it's like, God damn, no wonder they is the way that they is. Cause that mama right there, nigga, that mama right there, ja, whatever. And so Vanessa claims that Melanie had an affair with Reggie because Reggie reminded Melanie of their dad. Now, if that ain't some daddy issues, I don't know what is. Who gets with someone because they remind them of their dad? I couldn't do that because ain't when you doing the thing, you don't want to be thinking about you doing with your dad. And so then I'm thinking like, okay, if that's the case, and or you think in your own head because your perception carries out that Reggie reminds you of your dad. So how you gonna marry a man that reminds you of your dad? That's all I'm trying to. I'm like, make it make sense, Vanessa. So I think Vanessa got some issues too, obviously. What she do? Because a couple of lines of hers comes out as well. So let's keep it going. So, and that's what happened next. So Melanie is saying, okay, you want to put it out there, let's put it all out there. Let's put it out there how you left your kids and I have to play mommy to your kids. And so August and then it's like, say what's in her what? Say what's in her what? And so she had to explain and let them know, look, I went to go be a journalist, try this out. Yes, I left y'all behind. And it wasn't for that long. And August like, well, apparently long enough for where Aunt Melanie said she had to step in and play mommy. Like, you just left us? What's up with that? And so she went to tell her, she wanted to be a mother and have a career. It just wasn't the case back then. She felt that she needed to do this for herself because when she married Reggie, she became Mrs. King and she left Vanessa Pierce behind. And she just wasn't who she was anymore. And she just wanted to be her own person. And August was pretty pissed at that because all Vanessa keeps asking her is, when is she going to have kids? And Vanessa and August is on her power trip trying to build her career, and so she got mad because that's kind of hypocritical of Vanessa because she's trying to do the whole business thing, and Vanessa went and left to go do her journalist thing and left all her kids behind. But when she realized she missed her kids, she came back. She had Christian, and that's it. It was what it was, and so it also came out that Melanie only slept with Reggie once before and that was before they got married, and that's when they conceived Bridget that very first time. And so that's how Bridget came to be the oldest of the children because this all happened beforehand. So what happens next? So just as Bridget's telling Vanessa that she is like so okay. So this is where it starts to get a little bit good now, y'all. So then Melanie and Bridget go ahead and they talk on their own because Vanessa's having her little talk with Dana and August about her leaving them. Bridget and Melanie go into another room and they're talking and they're trying to have their little moment. And so Bridget realizes, she feels like anyone she loves, she gets abandoned. And she was like, well, why did you leave me? And Melanie's like, I was trying to be a nurse, trying to better myself, but that's why I left you in the care with this family because I couldn't give you what you needed. All the while, she was leaving them with her father, so it was what it was. So Bridget's like, well, everyone seems to abandon me, everything I love, you, whatever, whoop, whoop, whoop. And then she stops herself. And Melody's like, what's wrong? And so Bridget goes on to tell her, I like the girl, but I don't know how she feels about me. And she's married. And so, Mel's like, oh, Jesus. But, she can't say shit because look what she did to Vanessa and Reggie's relationship. You know what I'm saying? But I still believe that Reggie loved Melanie. And I think Melanie might have been his true love. And he just stuck with Vanessa because they were a power team together. That is my thing. I really think Reggie loved Melanie more. I'm just saying. But back to the lecture at hand. So just as she's telling her about this, Bridget is telling Melanie about this woman that she likes or whatnot, but she doesn't name the names. And as soon as she says anything, Dana comes in. Because if I go back a minute, the power finally came back on. And Dana gets a text message from, I'm guessing, I don't know, but someone is watching um Lord Rose for Dana. I'm guessing it's homeboy. I can't remember his name right now. I feel like it started with a G, but I can't come to my mind. But the one who's been helping do everything, spying on everyone. So he gets a message saying, Rose is doing her thing. And then when the power comes back on, before it went out, that happened. Then when the power came back on, he gets a message from Rose saying, we need a break. She needs a break. She's taking a break. She needs a break. So Dana is in his feelings because, like, damn, my wife don't left me, and I know why because I seen it just last week. So he's all in his feelings. He's mad. So he goes to Vanessa and he's like, have you been talking to my wife? I know you have, so forth and so on. And when he says that, Bridget gets a text from Rose saying she's in New York, whatever, and she misses her with a heart emoji. So if that don't tell you something, child, I don't know what will. So I think that's gonna continue. So now that so then Dana just breaks out and says it. You know what? Rose left me. Whoop whoop whoop. It's going down, and this is what's going on. So at that point, the power ends up coming back on. Finally, Lord, because somebody was gonna kill each other in the next 10 minutes. Had it not, I swear to goodness. So the power comes back on, and you know, right when August has this whole speech to everyone. Look, we need to stick together. We're the kings. We need to use this energy to be there for each other instead of backstabbing each other and going through all this. We all need to work out our problems. We're kings, we're royalty. We can do this. As soon as she has that moment, the lights come on. And that's I have a couple of facts mixed up, but y'all know where I'm going with this because y'all see the damn show. I'm just reviewing it. Anyway, so then everything's cool. They are doing karaoke in the living room, having a good time, and then all of a sudden the police come. And you already know what's gonna happen. The police come and they take Bridget. And the reason why that happened was because Dana was in his feelings about Bridget and Rose kissing. So he went on and called the police and told them that Bridget was the extortionist. Come get her ass. And they did. And as they're whisking her out, putting her in the car, that's when Melanie falls out and has a seizure on the ground. Now, it wasn't even about the extortion, really. It was because he was mad that Bridget was kissing Rose. And that's how that went on. With Bridget crying, yelling in the cop car, and Melanie having a seizure. She better recover for this. We can't have two deaths in one season. We just can't. Now we are on episode 6. So that means we probably have about 3, 4 more episodes left for the season. Considering it's the first season, they usually do a test by having 9, 10 episodes or so. But Carlos King knows what he's doing, so he don't need no test. He could bring them out because we know it's gonna be good. Anywho, big ups to Carlos King, Carlos the King, King Carlos. Okay, so that does it for episode 6, y'all. And the next episode is gonna be some shit. It looks like Bridget has had it. She's mad and she is out for blood. And it's about to go down, y'all. And I can't wait. It's going to be some shit. Aunt Yvette is back. And, she always brings the cool shit. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. You know what to do. Please like this video. Please subscribe. Hope y'all enjoyed. And I'll see y'all back next week. And I'm going to try to be on time again. Maybe a little late, but hey, better late than never, baby. You know how it goes. And please follow me. Look at me. And please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.